Hey guys, what's up? It's the Chaos Prophet, and today I have the problem with. Now, first off, I do want to apologize. I was going to have a video out yesterday, but I got too busy, and the day before my mom had the PC, so I had no chance to record. So, anyways, today's episode of the problem with is with the CTE and the PTR. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's the community test environment and the player test realm, I believe it is, on Overwatch. The other one is on Battlefield, obviously. And I wanna talk about these because it's becoming increasingly obvious that they're doing a lot of good, but they also suck at the same time. And the reason they suck is because a lot of times these are only meant to be on the PC. I think you are allowed to have the CTE if you had the preview program for Xbox One. You are allowed to get that back on Battlefield 4, and they were doing the community map and stuff like that. But if you didn't have the preview program, you couldn't get it, so it really sucked. But what they are is a testing server or a testing realm or whatever, where the community can jump on and play what the devs are testing out and balancing and working out for themselves before it goes on to live, and so they can make everything good and not have it be overpowered or imbalanced or whatever, and that's fine. I understand the mechanic. I understand why they want to do it. It's just really unfair that the PC gets it all the time. If you think about it, when it comes onto the PTR, they usually get it for about a week or two, at least on Overwatch, and then they get it released on PC. And sometimes it's the same day that the consoles get it, but usually it's about either a few days to a week later that they get the content. And there's a few things wrong with it. One, that's not really fair that we don't get to test it on Xbox One or PS4. And I understand it takes a lot to send into Microsoft or Sony and get it approved so that they can have a different set of circumstances that they can test things. And so that's bad. It's harder to do for them, but I think they should still do it at least once, because I would like to play them. I would like to test everything out. And by the time that Sombra comes out, for talking about Overwatch, the problem with that is I already know her abilities. I already know if I want to play her or not, and there's no surprise. I mean, yes, people could be like, well, you could just not watch the streams. You could just not watch the videos. That's a very hard thing to do when you want things to come out for the games that you really, really enjoy. And I couldn't do anything during when there was the CTE for Battlefield 4 and they were doing the community map. People were playing on that thing for at least a month or so. They got it ready, they polished it, and they made changes that people talked about and complained about in videos and stuff like that, and on the forums, and that's fantastic. It turned out amazing. But I would have liked to have been part of that experience and have Microsoft and Sony put out a version, even if they didn't update it, or just updated it every so often and not as much as PC. It'd be great. Otherwise, I mean, think about it. Just think about it here. If you're a PC player, especially, what if Microsoft and Sony was only able to get the CTE and the PTR, where we're able to test new things and make sure that everything's balanced and make videos and show off what the new characters and the new weapons and the new maps were? How would you guys feel? You would feel horrible. And not even all the PC players can buy or can use the PTR. I believe you have to download it, and it's a little bit more complicated than the actual live client. So it kind of sucks for them if you can't do it for whatever reason. Your computer can't take it, or whatever, or you just don't want to do it. Either way, there are some PC players, but there's not a lot. A lot of them are just on it. They're on the CTE, they're on the PTR, and it helps. It helps the games. Don't misunderstand that. I really love that it helps the games, but it pisses me off that I can't do it. And I know people will be like, well, then just save up and get a PC and then you'll be able to do it. I'm not a huge PC gamer. I'm more of a console gamer. I've been a console gamer my whole life since, Sega Genesis. So, yeah, it's just I'm more of a console player. I had some games on PC, don't get me wrong. I had Insurgency, and I had, some smaller games like Game Dev Tycoon and Roller Coaster 3 and Tycoon and all those kind of games. But I didn't really like hardcore play, I wouldn't play Overwatch, and I wouldn't play Battlefield, and I wouldn't play Call of Duty. I would get smashed in those. I was just not very good on a keyboard, but that's not the point. The point is if it was the shoe was on the other foot, people would be mad. The PC community would be livid right now. They'd be like, really? You're going to give that to consoles? Even if it was reversed totally, where we, the console players, always got things like this or other games and the PC didn't. If the roles were reversed and the consoles were more powerful than the PCs, the PC players would be pissed off just as much as the console players are now. I don't really have a solution for that. Usually I do in this series. I have 2 other videos. If you want to go check them out, you can. They're in the upper right corner or at the end of this video. You can click on the link to take you to those videos. But yeah, I'm kind of mad, and there's no real way around it because the way Microsoft and Sony does do their updates and do their clients of different versions of games, and so it sucks. There's no real solution to it unless you just give us the base version. Let's just say with Sombra, you give us the base version of what you put on the PC the first time of the PTR, and that's it. You don't update it. You might make changes. You might go, hey guys, test this out. Well, that's what the PC's doing. But for what we're doing, we just have her to play with. We're able to play and test her out even more, maybe trying to find more ways to break her while you guys are breaking the new version that they update update every 2 days or every 3 days or something like that on Sombra and other maps and weapons and stuff like that they have. Not so much on Overwatch, but on CTE for Battlefield. But either way, that would be my solution. I mean, that's the best thing I can think of, because Microsoft usually takes 2 weeks to about a month to allow the certification process to go through for an update, so it wouldn't really work. I understand that, but they could put it on at least once so that we can play new characters, we can play new maps, we can play new weapons, we can try things out and at least give our opinions on it if it's good or bad. And even if it's bad, we'll just deal with it until it comes out 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, whatever it is. It's fine. So yeah, I wanted to let you guys know how I'm feeling about this, and I want to know what you guys think about this. I like these test environment realm type things where they do test out everything before it goes live. That makes sure that that it is balanced and it is not overpowered, and then they have to submit certification to make sure that Sony and Microsoft approves it, and then so it takes like a month. So yeah, I see why they do it. They test it on there, they make sure everything's good, and they go, yeah, we're going to send it, and that way everybody can play it. And usually you can either play it around the same time or at least a week later, and that's good. But it's just, I think it's unfair in this type of things, because we don't get anything, and we have to watch PC players, and we have to watch PC YouTubers put up videos and get views upon views and get bigger and bigger because they have exclusive content that we can't get to at all. And if we talked about it, we wouldn't have any gameplay, and sometimes we wouldn't have even knowledge of what's going on because we don't have the PTR, we don't have the CTE to back us up. So it's kind of bad. I understand I'm on console and it's not supposed to be completely even with the PC, but it seems unfair at times. And PC has so many more advantages all the time anyways, whether it's the graphics, whether it's the games, whether it's the servers that can hold more and all that kind of thing. But they didn't need another thing where they have it over our heads. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll let it go at that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this series is going to continue. There's going to probably be a video tomorrow or the next day, so look forward to that. But yeah, guys, this has been the Chaos Prophet saying don't get lost in the chaos. Later, guys, and be free.